Aaron is very generous, and having the wonderful agency that he does, which is really tailored to helping others become kind of this agency overnight, sort of, right? It's like startup agency model in the digital marketing space. And so he's offering not just like a business related digital marketing freebie, but he's also offering like a free personal and business website kind of 3-month subscription to what he normally charges. What's the normal ticket on?
So that's like an actual value. You're looking at just about $250 that you have to pay. So yeah, no, if everybody out there who's ever watching this, if you're looking to get started, this would be a great place for you to go. Depending on who you're going to serve, it doesn't really matter. One way or another is, you're going to need to get out there. You're going to have some web page, whether it's a single page or a multi-page website, or they say funnel. Everything's a funnel, Right. But it's also good so that you don't have to, all the work that you put into like trying to market your business, you're able to collect leads, and kind of re-speak to them, or they say remarket to them. And, when the time is right, because they all say it's just the right message to the right person at the right time. So you definitely have the right message. You just need to get it to the right person, and you may get the right message to the right person, but just may not be the right time. And that's it. That's really all it is. And so, what we'll give people to get them started is those tools.
You're the best. Yeah, it's a really big value here. So
cool.
Thank you. I'm excited. Yeah. So I just, FYI, I can't see your screen yet. I wanted just.
I didn't open it up.
You didn't do it yet. Okay, cool.
So you got to guide me here. Yeah. Because where should we start?
Let's think about it from the perspective of like, hey, I'm starting an agency. I have no idea about anything, and I want to like get cash flow generated quickly.
Perfect. So, I got it. So that's just how my world. That's actually just how my world was. Matter of fact, I'm gonna pull. I actually got a cool picture that I think I would like to show people. This way, you don't think that like this is like, oh boy, look at him with the pictures behind it, and he can't know anything because he's out of touch. All right, so let's start off with this one. This is real simple. I want to just share this picture, but this is it. Just like you guys, where I started just a few years ago, and that's me. Yes, I do wear glasses. I just don't wear them around now. But that was me, and this is my parents' basement, and this is it. I hit my rock bottom, and I had to figure this thing out. I literally had to figure it out. I wasn't going back to the things that I was doing. And so I just kind of, again, had to figure it out. And I'll bring you on that journey in just a moment about figuring it out. Because if you're just getting started, you might need to be figuring it out. And this was my first check. And so I think this took place definitely less than, about 18 months. I went from here to I call it a Boston boardroom. So that was my office that I rented out. Up in
fly. I love it.
Yeah, it was fun. So let's chit chat about that for a second. So one of the first things I think that people need to do, or when you're first getting started, is you got to actually figure out like what can you provide in exchange for value, right? So most people. You can do like done for you services. Like I'm an agency guy, so I'm going to start speaking in those terms. There are many different things you can do online, and I'm not the guy to be speaking about e-commerce. I'm not the guy to be speaking about selling courses. I'm not the guy that's going to be speaking about maybe even affiliate marketing. Again, there's many different ways to make money online. The way that I saw it is that I could provide a valuable service. So I went down the agency route where I would deal with small business owners where, most people hear about providing them Facebook ads. Okay. So that's like the most popular one you're going to hear out there. You may hear about providing them funnels. You may hear about providing them bots. Some people may talk about other services, but like the most popular one is Facebook ads. And I think that everyone in their career, like somewhat dabbles with it. I don't know, but you're going to come across it. And by all means, it is kind of the thing you have to do if you're going to go into the agency world, because you want to be able to drive traffic to your clients. Okay. And so the big like aha moment for me was I was doing that, in that basement where I was literally, managing people. I was posting on Facebook for people, commenting for their YouTube, posting on Twitter, or they say tweeting. And I was doing stuff like that.
Social media
and
management.
then I started dabbling into paid ads. You'll realize that paid ads is a quick way to get eyeballs on your product or offerings. And so I think it was like the second client that I started doing it for. I looked at him, I said, dude, like, I can drive traffic to this website, but like, it looks like maybe like it was made in the 80s. Like, people are going to judge your website. I was like, you're a great business. Like just grab a Wix site or something, just get a Wix site, right? Just something quick and easy, like whatever it is, just make it look professional. And he's like, why don't you do it? And I'm like, okay. Well then, I started trying to do the math and calculate days. And he's like, well, I'll give you $500. And I'm like, $500? Like that check that I had in my hand there, like that check was for $72.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So $500 was a lot. And I'm like, you're going to pay me $500 and I'm literally going to go over, at the time it was a different builder. I'm going to go over to this builder, which I know that I can go do. And I'm literally going to probably have your site done in 2 hours.
What's the $72 he paid you for?
That was because I was doing posting on Craigslist and I was changing ads and stuff.
Okay.
That picture is a memory of me because it was the first time I ever made money from a computer.
Yay.
I was like, oh my God, I could actually like not have to go to work, like to a job and show up and they literally sent me a check and I was like, wow, that was like the most money ever,
Yeah, the first time you get paid, like, and it's like, oh my God, I can do that.
It was crazy, and I was literally, I remember, because again, it was at my parents' house. I was literally like, I remember sitting watching TV and I brought the laptop on my lap and I was like, and I was like, oh my God, look, I'm getting paid to actually work and I'm watching TV. And like, I thought it was mind blowing,
From home.
I couldn't believe it. Yeah. And so anyways, just like most people, if they go into the agency route, I did the same thing. And then I was like, wait a minute, this guy just gave me $500 to do this. And so like, next, it kind of like happens again. And at this time I'm like, okay, well, I find out about like WordPress and I start diving into it and I start finding out about pre-built templates. This is like a strategy I'm going to allude to in just a minute. And so I did it again. Next thing you know, like I'm getting this money up front and I'm like, cool. Cause like it's money up front. And then I'm doing the ads or I'm doing whatever the marketing I was doing at the time. A lot of it was Google. The shift, which was, for me, it was about 3 years ago. When we shifted from like Google to Facebook ads, I. But like, it was mind blowing. Like I could get this money up front and they liked me and they was like, oh, I like this. And then they would tell all of their like family and friends or their customer base about their new website. And then like they would send out an email about their new website and customers would opt in onto like little opt-in forms that I made because I never had opt-in forms or lead magnets. And all of a sudden like, oh my God, dude, we're getting so much business from this website. This is so fantastic. And I'm like, I didn't, like in my mind, I'm not going to say anything, but I'm like, I didn't do anything except like make it look better. Like you sent your own customers that have been sitting there on your email list. Like you sent your own people and you're making me look good. So I kind of felt like I was onto something.
For people who maybe aren't keeping up because they don't know this world, I kind of want to take a couple steps back and like, can you tell us, you mentioned you were doing Google first and then you kind of transitioned into Facebook. How did you get started with Google? How did you start learning how to do anything on Google, like paid search wise? And then, like first let's.
Sure. All right. Lynda.com.
Okay.
It's that simple. Like it literally that simple. And anybody, if you are a course seller, you're going to hate me, but I bought a subscription to Lynda.com for $25. It's $25 a month. It's now called LinkedIn Learning. LinkedIn actually bought the platform and you can actually get certificates and put it on your LinkedIn profile and everything. Hands down, you will learn everything you need. You learn actual skills that get results. Like most people out there, they all want to make money, but they don't want to like learn a skill. So like you really should learn something. For me, I just really took the website thing to another level, because every single small business owner that I was meeting, it was a thing they understood. Yeah, it was just real quick, but it was just like these business owners, it's not like they're already actively engaged in Facebook marketing or they're actively engaged in digital marketing. They're not like engaged in it. They're kind of like, maybe they tried it before, but they're not in it. And so their mindset's like, oh, okay, we're going to give this thing a go again, or we're going to give it a go. We better position ourselves correctly. So it was so much, I guess, easier to say, hey, first thing we're going to need to do is at least, do a little quick website makeover, and it provided them with a joy, because see, what I saw, as I watched all these kids who took all these Facebook courses, they would do like free trials and then try to get the client that way. And then the client would be like, no, you suck. They would actually get results, but then like the company wouldn't call the leads and all this crazy stuff that you have to do. And I'm like, you're actually you're putting the cart before the horse. Yeah. Like step up and build it and become more of a consultant, a consultant and not a marketer where I'm gonna get you 50 leads. I'm gonna get you 50 customer opportunities. Like that's a big thing people do online. Like it lasts like for like a month. And then when you don't do it, you're out.
So the way that you approach it is you say, hey, this is what we're going to build for you. This is what it will do in terms of automation and like a business process. And then
we get into automation next. That has to happen, where after you, like for me, the step process is obviously to do a website makeover. If I can do that website makeover, or I'm going to build you a funnel, which that's like, it wasn't called a funnel like before Russell Brunson came around essentially, but it's still the same thing. But it's the path. We're gonna build you landing pages, and then connected landing pages. But now it's popularized funnel.
To be clear, like we're kind of talking more so specifically with lead generation funnels, because the goal would be that. I mean, ideally for a small business.
Yeah. Let me make sure, because I feel like I get all excited and go on tangents. So let me just do a quick little outline and bullet point of what I'm trying to say here. That there are many ways to make money online, okay? One of the core ways to make a long, sustainable business and be open to a massive market, which is small business owners, is the agency model. And that's providing digital marketing services, whether you provide Google ads, Facebook ads, website services, bot services. You'll be able to provide anything you want, okay? Right. And the majority of the people online, especially newbies, they try to start off with the hardest thing first. Right. And the hardest thing really is like Facebook advertising. I don't care who you talk to or who's going to tell you that it's easy. It's not. Like I'm friends with Keith Krantz. He wrote the book on Facebook marketing. He literally, you can Google Keith Krantz Facebook marketing and you'll see he actually wrote the book. And like, he's that massive. He launched, obviously like the digital marketer was his background, but like, Frank Kern, every big guy out there, and he'll tell you straight to your face that it's that you're going to fail. Like, it's just how it is. And the fact of the matter is, if you want to get into numbers and all this different stuff, it's an auction. So it's always going to be different. So long story short is that the people are trying to start out when they're new and you're trying to make money because you need money, and you're actually starting with the hardest thing. Mm-hmm. So again, if you caught on to my story in the beginning, I only found it by accident when the guy's like, hey, why don't you do it? And so now it became not only an MO, but it became a super way to actually get money up front and also get a lot of positive sentiment. What I mean is, like, they really like you. They're like, oh my God, this is great. This is awesome. And you literally buy your failures, like your future failures. Because, like, here's the thing. I'm going to tell you something, guys. Surprise, that you will fail with paid advertising. Like, don't get me wrong. You may start going, but what happens is that it changes. And you may have to shift your ads after 2 months or 3 months, and it will start failing. Well, when it starts failing, that customer is going to be like, this sucks. I'm not getting any money. And so it really provided me with a cushion, be like, hey, it's Aaron, your buddy, what that, you know what I mean? But it's not like that, but
gotta make some tweaks.
Yeah. But, I mean, I've learned over time about also setting the expectations.
Exactly.
Look, we're going to do this. This is what's going to happen. Like, I mean, I just signed up another client last week for larger numbers that people can get to easily once you do it right. And I said, dude, like, this first month of budget, like this is throwaway money. Like you've got to, I'm telling you that this, you're going to tell me like, and it's real simple. I mean, I can get into paid ads where, you know, you take how much they're going to sell a product for and all these, you work backwards and like, look, like we only have to sell one, but this money has to get thrown away because we have to actually like build an audience, all this stuff. So anyways, not to go, cause I'm going off on track again, but what I wanted to impress upon people that may be just starting out is that going in and giving a lipstick and rouge, or I call a website makeover, can really like provide you with a significant type, like significant accelerant, like for you to get going. And so now the question is, you're probably all thinking like, dude, I don't know code. That's what you're probably saying. I don't know code. Or, you know, you're probably saying like, all this different stuff.
What does that even mean?
Here's the thing about it. I own 4 softwares and I don't know code. I know a lot more than I knew back in the day, but like, I don't really know code. I can't write it from scratch. I can tell you that right now. And I don't have a team of developers. What I can tell you is that I know how to buy things that are complete and then remove stuff and change stuff inside of it. And so that's one of the first things that I'll tell people out there is that like, you don't have to build a flyer for your client if they ask you to build a flyer. If your client asks you to build a business card, you don't have to do that. You can buy all these assets pre-made. Let's do another quick little tour. Let's go on a tour. Does everybody get their permission slip signed? Because we're going on a field trip, kids.
Love the virtual.
All right, so we're going on a field trip. So one of the coolest sites that I found like 6 years ago that I never really told anybody about until probably last year was Theme Forest.
Yeah, why not? That's such a good one.
Well, you know, this is, you know, I have my things, and so I kept it a secret. But you can come over here and literally just search. So let's just say that I wanted to search for a restaurant, right? So all of these sites are already pre-built, $39, $75, $69. Like these things are all built. And what's so cool about them is they have one-click installs. So like when you buy these things, like when you start learning, here we go, good restaurant. Look at this, 7.1 clicks. Wow, 7.1 thousand. So $64, you can literally, and it's one click demo import. What does that mean? It means, listen, guys, this is all WordPress. And I know people are like, oh, WordPress is so tough. Well, it is when you first look at it from a section, but if you look at it with a builder on top of it, it's actually easy. And the actual thing about this is that people actually give you directions. So I came over here and I would buy these for $64. I would go over to, you know, I had GoDaddy hosting at the time, and I literally would just one click and boom, I had a restaurant, beautiful site like this. Like just absolutely beautiful. And all you need to do is just go in and click on the image and change the image. Like that's it. That's all you need to do. So like websites are not that hard. People just made them out to be. And it's all it is taking something that's fully built and going in and changing the name from Demo Restaurant to Bob's Restaurant, Mary's Restaurant. Yeah. And then you just go in and change the images. You know, by all means, you don't need to like fix everything. You know what I mean? The idea of that small business owner, like you go from what they had before to this.
Right. And I think it's really important to note this too. Like there are more people on the internet today than there have literally ever been in the history of the world. And so it's like, there are a lot of people who are on the internet, but they don't have like their business virtually transitioned yet, or they are trying to learn this. So it's like, this is, we talked about this on our initial call, Aaron, like this is a space that has a lot of opportunity. So.
Yeah. So a very interesting statistic that I just found the other day is that the world has just accelerated 30 years in 3 months. Let me explain that fact for a minute. We, as the world, were on a trend of using digital services, buying online, all this digital stuff. And that trend was on a certain prediction with certainty. And then COVID happened and it shut down the world. It literally closed physical doors and it forced the entire world to actually go online and digital. Small business owners who never even did a website or maybe dealt with DoorDash or a Facebook page, all of a sudden they're creating a Facebook page to send out messages that they're open to these people that they find like quickly. They're having their kids help them. They're going online, and really quickly, small business owners, surprise, 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 they're entrepreneurs. And an entrepreneur is very, very creative. They're very resourceful, and they learn fast. That's why they're the business owners. And guess what they did? They went on and they started learning about, oh, I need to be on a directory, or I need to make sure that I'm on this website so that they know that we're open, or I need to be running some type of special, whatever it is, they went and did it.
Have the congruence now virtually.
Yeah, so it was a chart that I got from Adobe. Adobe actually tracks all of this data, and it was insane to see that. And so right now, there truly is a major opportunity. Let me give a quick blast, and this should be like a wake-up call for anybody out there that is like just starting to explore this thing online. Small business makes up like the majority of business in the world. It's not the corporation, it's small business owners, okay? And small business is restaurants, accountants, lawyers, it's brick and mortar, bakeries, all these physical stuff. It's not the info marketer, just so you all know this. And another kind of quick fact is that the majority.
What is an info marketer? Can we tell the people?
Oh, people that sell courses. Okay. They sell information. Yep. And by all means, if you're just getting into this world, you will figure that out later. Matter of fact, you're going to need to find yourself an info marketer so that you can actually get the knowledge that you need. Let me just now, because I'm going on a tangent, you're going to need to do that. There are these people that are online and are online coaches. You need to like pick and choose wisely, but you have to pick because this knowledge is not in the colleges. It's moving too fast. It moves too fast. It moves every 3 to 6 months. There's a constant shift. Like right as we currently are speaking right this moment, there's a massive shift to 5-day online challenges. Like right now, that is the #1 tool of the top digital marketers of the world. This is it. That's what they're doing really fast. Boom. But it wasn't, 6 months ago. And this stuff is not have time to go into textbooks and be printed and stuff like that. So you are going to need to find that. So anyways, that's about info marketing. We can talk about that later. Yeah. But what I wanted to make a point about is that these people that I talk about, plumbers, electricians, carpenters, roofers, pavers, restaurant owners, accountants, all this stuff, their age is generally 40 and above. Their age, the owners of those businesses. They're generally not the millennials. They're the generation X and above, which is 40, 45 and above. And they were not born with this in their hand. They were actually not even using a computer, because I'm at that age. I'm right in that, like right before it. And I'm telling you that they weren't even using computers until high school, like generally speaking. And so this is not natural to them, yet they own the money. Like they control, they have businesses. And so this generation of like us, or say me down, so from upper 30s below, we are used to it and accustomed to it. And especially the ones who are really younger, like when I say 30 and below, you were born with a laptop, you were born with cell phones. Like this is your nature. And there's never been a greater opportunity in the world for one generation to help another. Because this generation, we sit here and we love being on the computer. This is natural to us to be here, to sit down and watch webinars, to watch these gurus, to be in their Facebook groups, and to be getting all this information constantly. And now we have an opportunity to help this other generation who is struggling and is actually the lifeblood of our local cities. Like these restaurants that are struggling, these local businesses that are struggling, you have the greatest opportunity in your life right now to literally just get out there and help them. You would be surprised how many people can't create a Facebook page.
Right.
I swear to God, no word of a lie. No word of a lie. I got invited about 4 years ago to go speak at a chamber event. And I didn't get invited to speak at first. I got invited to it. And so they found out about me, my software, all this stuff that I have, which I'll end up telling you about my agency. Not only do I have hundreds of small business owners, I've got major Fortune 500 companies, 5,000 companies. I also have major cities. I even have a freaking country as a client, okay? And you know what they asked me to do? What? Aaron, would you be able to hold a class where you teach them how to make a Facebook page?
Oh my God, so good.
I said, are you kidding? Like, do you know who I am? Like, do you know who you're talking to? Like, you want me to come teach you how to do Facebook pages? Let me show you what I can do. No. I mean, you know what I'm saying? But
so good.
You will be surprised. And let me tell you something.
Appreciative because
guys, let me tell you something. I'm going to give you two pieces of really good advice, and I hope that these stick home with you. Number one is there's always going to be someone better than you, okay? And there's always going to be someone worse off than you. Okay, remember that. That is absolute truth. I don't care where you are. There's always someone above you, and there's always someone below you. Mm-hmm. Now, on the internet, you are going to feel like everyone is above you. That is what it's going to feel like, that everyone is way past you. They're making more money than you. They have more clients than you. They've got it figured out more better than you, all this different stuff. And it is going to become discouraging. I caution you to be careful of that.
Thanks for saying that. It's so important.
Be cautious. That's all. Be cautious. Okay.
Manage your mind around.
However, you start helping these small business owners, they're going to think you're freaking Mark Zuckerberg. Like, seriously. Oh my God. You must be Russell Brunson in the flesh because you know how to set up a 3-page funnel. Oh my God. Literally, I'm not kidding you. The reward of like doing such a great job and making these people like you get them like 10 leads in a month and they're like, oh my God, you're so great. Come on over here and come have lunch at my restaurant.
Imagine bringing 10 people to their actual physical restaurant.
Right.
You know what I mean? And you're setting up a store for them. It's virtual now. And it's there's a lot of opportunity to automate. There's a lot going on. Good.
It's really rewarding to deal with businesses that are not online.
Yeah.
It's very rewarding. And so I really like being, I guess a small business agency where I can literally help these people and feel like I'm, I get rewarded. It's a job well done, and just so you know, guys, if it was easy, everyone would be doing it. Like entrepreneurship and doing this digital marketing thing is one of the hardest paths that you could possibly take in life, yet it is the most rewarding. Mm-hmm. And the one thing I can tell you about being a business owner is you might as well just wear a fire hat. Seriously, you probably should, when someone asks you what you do, just be like, I'm a fireman. And they're going to be like, what? Yeah, I put out fires all day. Yeah. Because let me tell you something, it doesn't run in a straight line. And it most likely, it's 80 to 90% always something wrong. And you got to fix things. You're constantly putting out fires. So I want you to tell you this, not to discourage you.
Okay.
I want to tell people this because I want you to know that it's coming. And if you know that it's coming, if I tell you, listen, right? If I say, Christy, there are 2 people waiting around that corner. And when you get about 5 feet from that corner, they're going to jump out and go boo to you. Like they're going to jump out and scare you. Okay. Now, if I tell you that and you start walking, you're preparing for it. They jump out and your heart may go the thump. It may go the thump.
Knew it was coming.
But you knew it was coming. You're like, you might go for a second. But now if you started walking and you didn't know it was coming and they jump out to you, dude, you're just going to like wet the sidewalk right there. You may start running like crazy. You may even have a heart attack. Like they're going to scare the heck out of you. Mm-hmm. So that's why I tell people this when you first get started, that it's going to come. You're going to have more down days than up. But let me tell you something. Those up days make up for a whole hell of a lot of down days. And you'll soon start to figure it out. It's not like just anybody and everybody, because if it was easy, everyone would be doing it, Yeah. So, find good mentors, find people that's already done it or doing it, and, watch what they're doing.
I love it. I love that we went down the path of, because it's your experience. And so that's what I want to tell, is the story of like how you were, you built this business, and that's who you serve, is these primarily small business owners, right? With your agency.
Yeah, let's go that route, and then we'll go in, because I don't know how much time we have, but I'll go through and I'll lay out a blueprint for people. How about that?
Love it.
So if you are interested in anything that I'm saying, or if this agency model, digital marketing, digital advertising model is of interest to you, I literally will lay out a blueprint for you right now, so you can start with zero, everything, and literally have clients pretty much by tomorrow. Like literally what I'm going to do for you. And I'll just show you, and I'm going to show you the path. All right. So let's hop in, and bear with me. I think the heat, the light that I have on is definitely got me a little bit warm.
You're good.
All right. So let's go over here real quick. This is my agency. It's called the Small Business Deacon. I'm not here going around trying to bless people and get people converted. A deacon is nothing more than a server. That's it. It's just a server. My business was, a server of the church. And church is really just people. So I'm really a people server, but I'm actually like a small business people server, if that makes sense, what Small Business Deacon is. I have strong faith. You're probably like, wait a minute, dude. You have like faith or something, because like we completely missed the sign behind you. Hey, we completely missed the hat. So they're like, oh, wait a minute, we didn't know you were holy rolling. No, I don't really get into that stuff like that. It's a positive stuff, and my beliefs and convictions are really strong. And so, as long story short, Small Business Deacon. Small Business Deacon started out as nothing more. If you don't mind, I'm going to skip to the bottom. I'm going to skip to the bottom so we can come back to the good stuff. Yeah. It started out as nothing more of serving, and you can see here that I have 3 pages, like hundreds of small business clients. All I wanted to do was just help small business owners. Like, that's it. I would just come over here, and I started helping them, get their online presence. They wanted to like make money, grow their business, like using online means. Mm-hmm. Okay. So this is what you really need to understand, is that business owners have many options. Okay. So as you get in here, they could easily just go get a television commercial and run it. But guess what? It costs money. They can go to a newspaper and run a newspaper ad. Costs money. Run radio ads. Also, you also broadcast into a lot of people. So if you spend $1,000 for a radio ad, like you're hitting all these people that don't matter. And then how do you know who it hit? So that's where you can introduce digital marketing. And with digital marketing, you can blast out, but you'll actually know who you hit. And more importantly, like not only will you know who you hit, the places that you advertise knows who you hit. And then you can actually go hit those people again. Like, imagine if you could actually do this with radio. This is insane. It's just how you explain to business owners. I'm giving you guys some clues. I'm not trying to educate you. I'm giving you ways that you talk to these business owners. And you tell them, listen, Mr. Business Owner, I know that you just went and bought an ad in that newspaper. How do I know? Because I just picked up the newspaper ad. You want clients tomorrow? Go pick up your free newspaper at your local grocery store. There are small business owners that are paying for ads. You want to know how much they're paying? Call that advertising and ask how much it is to place an ad. Hi, I'm Aaron. I'm starting a digital agency. I want to place an ad in your paper. Can you tell me how much it is? Oh, it's $400 a month. Oh, I don't have that budget. Thank you so much. Ring, ring, ring. Hey, Mr. Jones, I saw that you have an ad in the paper, and I know that you're spending $400 a month. Again, we can get into all these crazy stuff, but I'm just telling you how you could literally start an agency tomorrow. And I'm going to give you some awesome stuff, so stay with me because I'm getting excited, okay?
I'm getting excited, too.
All right. but the point is that when you talk to these business owners, you got to talk in their language. Be careful that you don't talk in digital marketing language. Well, I'm going to go create you a lead magnet funnel, and I'm going to do the pixel, and we're going to do retargeting. Don't do that. Like, what I'm saying is that, like, listen, hey, Mr. Business owner, what have you tried to do before to grow your business? Oh, well, we tried this ad. No shit. I know. That's why I called you. I was in the Chinese restaurant, and I got the Chinese plate that has, all of those ads. You ever got a Chinese restaurant where here's your fortune, and here's all those ads right here. Everyone knows it, right? So, literally, right? So I know that, Mr. Business Owner. Mr. Business Owner, how many people actually saw that ad? How many people do you think saw that and thought like, I've been thinking about getting a new roof. Right. I'm thinking about it. How many people do you think that says, hey, I saw that ad, I'm thinking about getting a new roof, and they just wanted to know a little bit more about your company? Wouldn't it be so cool if like you could like call them or telephone them and be like, hey, you were looking at my ad and you were thinking about getting a roof, but you didn't call me. I just wanted to like give you a coupon so that if you decide, this is the power that you can do with digital marketing.
Technology.
Okay, yeah. Correct. And so anyways, long story short is I started showing this to small business owners. And one thing after another, you start leading to one after another, setting up a heated HVAC, all these small business owners. You know what happens, Christy? You want to know something really weird? Do you know what happens after you start doing something like over and over or like multiple times? Like we actually start doing it. You actually get good at it. Like, right. It's like, oh my God, like you create a Facebook ad, like you create 5 Facebook ads, like that's 6 Facebook ads going to be pretty damn good. Mm-hmm. You know, if I went into the ice cream shop and I started making like sundaes, I'm going to get good by making the 5th one. And so all of a sudden you start getting good. And the next thing you know, you start getting bigger and bigger clients. Again, I've got global distribution companies, regional limousine companies, a pro sports league, literally a pro sports league, like the whole league nationwide law firms, major, this is like a huge bowling, major sports organization. This is the county of Boulder, the city of Denver, Colorado, the country of China. Like, I'm not even kidding you. And so I'll talk to you about these other things here a little bit, but it's real simple. The stuff that I started doing with just the small guy, it works for the big guys too. Sure. Literally it does. It works the same thing. It's real simple. In order to have a business, you need sales. In order to get sales, people need to know you exist. Christy, you and I cannot start a business per se sitting here to sell pens. We say, Christy, great, we're in business, we sell pens.
We do it.
How many pens we sell today, Christy? None, because me and you were just sitting here.
Right.
We would need to go tell people about that we sell pens. You might be a student and you go, great, I'm going to go on my Facebook and I'm going to tell everybody we're selling pens. I'm going to be like, all right, I'm going to go walk down the street and we're going to sell pens. Like, we must tell people we exist. Like, people need to know we exist. Yeah. And 9 times out of 10, when you tell people they exist, they're like, okay, great, let me see the pen. Let me explore a little bit more. Let me get to know a little more. And that's really where like the website come in. So long story short, is that all these businesses out there is that in order to be a business, in order to exist, you need sales. But in order to do sales, you need marketing. So that's where people can really step in. And the concept of it where you have a business. Now listen, I've seen people in New York, hey, my cousin Vinny down there, right? Where they walk around their jacket and they say, hey, what you want? What you got? What you want? But that jacket is like their business. My neighbor, he's got a work van. That's his business. He has a place of business. There's another person right up the street. They have a tax office. That's their business. Well, guess what? In this modern day age is you could literally set up a website and that's your business. One way or another, you got to get people to see your business, don't you? So that guy walking down the street, he's walking down the street. Hey, what can I get for you? Hey, what you need? I got it. What you need, right? That guy in the van, what's he doing? He's probably doing, he's got a logo on his truck or something. The one in the office, she's having people drive by. You on the website, you just got to get eyeballs on your website. Mm-hmm. Okay. When you get those eyeballs on your website, just like I was telling you about the advertising, like with a radio, wouldn't it be cool that if people came to your website that like wanted to know a little bit more about you, they would just so kindly be like, hey, yeah, here's my name and number. Call me sometime. Yeah. Nobody really cool is that like you're walking into it, like let's treat it like dating. That you're walking into a coffee shop and you see that guy or that girl and all of a sudden you guys do the look, and like she just walked up to you or he just walked up to you and be like, hey, you look pretty cool. You look rad. Here's my name and phone number. Mm-hmm. Call me sometime. It might be interesting to get to know you. Mm-hmm. Like that's what really business is. It's the same thing. And so this idea of the website, you guys will get into this more. It's not really for this conversation, but you'll be putting pixels on your website. Mm-hmm. You'll be putting remarketing code from Google on your website. Like right now, my website chases people all around the internet. I'm on Fox, CNN, Yahoo Finance, everywhere. Because anybody comes to my website and they don't opt into something, well, there's code that I can put on my website that tracks them. And then it will start showing their ads, my ads to those people, because they were interested in my stuff. They just weren't interested now.
And you wouldn't know that they even took a look at your website if,
correct,
or your business if you didn't have that technology working for
correct. You. So anyways, long story short, all of these business owners that are out there don't know this.
Yeah. And
they don't know
what you said. You were so spot on, where it's like, don't talk in the code language they don't understand. Just let them know. Because any conversations I've had where I'm trying to explain something and they're not following, I mean, no one's going to hear you if they aren't, understanding.
Let me see if I can, the chances of me pulling this video is actually really tough. So I'm going to try to explain to you because I wasn't prepared for this. We're going through a blueprint right now, folks. If you haven't realized it, we're going through a blueprint. And that blueprint that I just told you about was, number one, is about how to speak to business owners. You're going to need to know how to speak to them. Okay. That's the first part.
So good.
Well, now that you know how to speak to them, we just got to find them, right? We just got to get them.